You're welcome back. This is Breakfast Daily. Now, today we are going to the Ashanti region. There are some issues that need urgent attention all the way in Subin in Amakom. Now, yesterday we brought you a report, filed by our regional correspondent Hafiz Tijani regarding some uncompleted projects. Now, the MP of the area, Eugene Entry, has been speaking to this issue. Well, he's attributed it to what he thinks is the problem. Let's take a look at this report. When we come back, we will be talking to our men on the ground and understand the issues better.
Inhabitants within this vicinity had experienced perennial flooding due to the nature of drains in this area. After several appeals, the government intervened to construct the drains, but work has since stalled. People who live close to the construction site spoke about how they are being affected daily.
Problem na ye facing na gata no nso to a na flood ha nyina. Banyame adom. Omo be ye gata no so ma ye ndi. Aboy. But just tontum ene high. Na ye best so mawie ntem so am because aya na nkra no edi agro ha. Ebo na ne bo akotom no wosim no akofa ene sa anwoman ha.
Beton bidie e wa ha. Baabi a me container isi matu nsuo kofa ka akese abetu nsuo nsuo ni nyina wo masɛ no adwuma no so wa enkoso amonye adwuma no nsuo to a dan no so ya atakwa medan ni nyina itaase sa na dan no ebubu
omso msabe kan agota no so no enuma edili o hwede isi nsuo eto a tise ehu tise mutumi ya de ne firi ho ntema enom de sabe kan no so ate kemse bia first mu ya hase no umsi ya no enye sa ahoden no de ba ha no se no.
However, the Member of Parliament for Subin, Eugene Entry, attributes the delays to financial challenges. He assures there are efforts to get the contractor back to the site.
Yeah. Which is a drain that's supposed to link Christ Apostolic Church to the main drain that has been constructed some 4 or 5 years ago. I've spoken to the contractor, and the reason why the project has stalled is to do with payments. So we are hoping and praying that she'll come by some funds and come and complete the project for us. You've heard the residents complaining about mosquitoes and flooding and what have you. My wish is that we bring a finality to this project and bring some degree of relief to the residents.
Work on a linking bridge at Afonkonta has also stalled. The MP met with the consultant of the project who says work will resume soon.
So far, I think we've done 40% of the whole project. When we started, we never knew that we would encounter the redirection of the drain. So later, when we came to see the pylons and the endo staffs, we decided to take it off again. So that's the only one delaying us now. So far as we've started constructing the diversion, we'll just hit it on time. I think next year, January ending, we'll be done with everything.
We are constructing a bridge to link one part of Subin to the other side, where Subin adjoins Oforukrom and Aswanse constituency. So it's a very key bridge. The idea is to deal with the congestion on the main road, so that whenever people are coming from this side of Kumasi and they want to just hit the main road on their way to the airport or to Aswanse, Bukrom, they can use this road. So it's going to be a very key road. The reason why I'm here is that the project has been stalled for a while. So I decided as a Member of Parliament to get a consultant here in Urban Roads. Unfortunately, he's on his way here to discuss the way forward.
The Subin MP was on a tour to inspect abandoned projects within the constituency.
Well, so this is New Amakom, right in the middle of Kumasi. Now, I think that we couldn't have a better honest, MP telling us what his real issues are. He says it's due to payments, and that is what it is. And so if you are waiting, now we are praying and hoping, So, I mean, there's no definite answer as to contractor is coming back on this day because payment has been secured. Now we are praying and hoping that we'll come by some funds and then we can do this. So if you are in New Amekom, if you are in Kumasi, this is the situation. The MP has spoken. And you know, Eugene Buanche entry is not just any kind of MP. He's one of the main MPs in Kumasi because Subin is a big deal, you know. Exactly. So if he's telling you this is the situation, it means this is the situation. It means he can't pay the, you know. So that is it. But Hafiz Tijani is a man on the ground. He is Citi News' regional correspondent, Ashanti region, and Hafiz joins us via Zoom. Thank you very much for your time, Hafiz.
Thank you, Frames.
Right, so just paint a picture to us. You know, when it rains, how would this area look like?
Okay, so before this construction started, residents within this area were facing problems of perennial flooding and the destruction of property as a result of the flood waters. So they complained and said that they wanted a government intervention. This was before 2020. So government intervened in 2020 and this work started. So even when this work started, residents thought they were going to get some relief, but that has even come to compound their problems within this area. So you look at the houses around, you can see how the construction site has changed the nature of the area. You can see the kind of pillars that the construction site has brought down. And when it rains, residents tell me they face a huge challenge of flooding because of the stalled project here. So some few weeks ago, the member of parliament for this area came here. We came with him to this site. He admitted that it was due to lack of funds that made the project to stall. But we are told that a few days ago, the contractors are back to site and they are trying to complete the project, but the residents are not happy at the speed at which the construction is going, and they want the contractor to expedite the work to kind of get them heave a sigh in terms of flooding and maybe even children who are passing here falling off. So the area has been blocked now. Access routes have been blocked. People are not able to commute freely. For first-time users of this area, usually when it's night, it's going to be a danger. People who live here and they have vehicles, they are not able to come in with their vehicles to this area. So that is the challenge residents of this area are facing. And this major drain, or this drain links to a major drain in that area that aid the movement of water to the major drain whenever it rains. So residents are saying that when this is done, they are going to heave a sigh in terms of the flooding and all that. But even the stall in the work of the construction or in the work of the project is compounding their issues. And they are
so Hafiz, how long has this been the situation? How long, you know, has the project stalled?
So the project started in 2020 and it stalled. So we are looking at about 2 years now.
Okay. Now, before the construction began, this was an access route, right?
Yes, it was for people who live here.
So in terms of diversion, you know, how is that affecting their free movement?
Well, a lot. You know, the main road leading to Ash FM, for those who know Kumasi very well, is just meters away from this place, and that other end takes you to the stadium road, the road leading to stadium. So the diversion is not that okay for residents, especially for people who use vehicles, like I said earlier. Even for commuters who would want to use this place are not able to move freely. So the camera will pan to the other side of the house, to the frontage of someone's house. The entrance of someone's house is being blocked, so meaning that people are not able to use that area. The sand that has been heaped as a result of the construction of the projects and the culverts that are placed there. So that is the kind of challenge residents are talking about.
So if someone is driving, where would they now park and how would they access their homes?
Well, maybe they will have to park at the other side and walk to their homes. For people who live very close to the construction site, there's a bakery in the picture just behind the house here, and there's another road leading to the bakery that leads you to the stadium area. So people would have to either pass there to park their vehicles, or the other side of the road leading you to Ash FM to park their vehicles before they can move to their homes here, because they live very close to the construction site. So we'll be engaging with some of the residents here who will tell us about the kind of problems they face here.
Hafiz, talking to them, please find out from them, you know, if they have children and how worrying the situation is. Should children be found playing around this area?
Citi TV, so yeah, started project we know na how be na mfu.
Oh, how be now this time we started my jaguar since your trap. And don't you know what I cry? Obi o te bia bia say ha dem kofo be fitia e bubu nyagu as if say be yedman nka bia o mu wi a yaba kran na no anu nje edwuma ba wanya nne yenye na mu ye ready so we edwuma so wo ye edan nti say ye wa ye so for ye ba na abire ho say na ye gana for ma na ye so for za menti ase na beto dura oba se beto oba obi be se a e bu mo se na beto no legend dura e be hwe obi oba so be campaign o ma bu say yes you are see me no e dey asem no I didn't am my be say nti ye so fa ye ni amoto ha asem wo no
ya he said the project ni sikono mo mawa mo kwara wa ha say na sa project ni affect nkwala movement e wa ha say
akora bi ntu mfa nka se so to atumi yiri ba obi adam ni nsu akwa hia ho nti ni amoto ha yenye na wonya jai na nka yo ho na nka tie ba bi hwe mabubu ha nyina na stretches wo ha obu nyina egu me bedwaye wo ba bi esi me ho fie we nti an se ga fie we na kan no mo ebesi esi suanu na ekwam na ya bra wo mu ne ya pase yi fa ha wa bra ho so obi prot me mete so fie we na mete bedwaye wo ibubu egu ya uko kwa chenwan tele gana manu so bi kutizikaro de yadi opa wa woni zikari ya janza wasam ne yenka ni gwa ya sofa mponko yenye ye wie mu ma si botuma yadi no anu yenye anse tiasa nti so to ye nyanwoto kurawa
so to amoye de komufie
oh sai bi wa nam so mi sa wa fo boboa ehya wa ese owuro na anse wotuma ko wi awoda ayro ho
no sai kan tuntum asem say na ese ham
say ntutum so ye wa ye mare na ewonya na ohya woda wondwumi na mosquito ekwa wo ba so a enkwa wo mu do so say so ntumi ta ho sa na wo ma to egum na ha ba sa na sent sa every wo ba so nye eba so ebetwem nko na bata nti say ye hu amane wo ha pa that's my wall no
ye project ye wi a say na ese beboa mo
o see wie dia wo mso ba ata so wo ata so dia say are you free say nsuo na say bi sent wo no say onti e be fama akọ na nkai aboye so say aye wie dia nkai no ni asem bia say dia ha ne te dada ye yinti na afa akofa asem abre ye jai aye gwo ye jai ko we ba no ko afi na wo mse jare ma di new contact bia one day former fufu bia wo ye na ba ya wa ye yes anka say what sa na katie nti sa na dia asem wo no
na contract no ba de bia
o say o na nsen a o msati de bia won ba na o mai o say we afufro ye nche
Okay, so that's a resident here. He lives so close to just this house, very close to the construction site. He has been lamenting the kind of challenges. He spoke about when it rains, the flood waters entering their homes. They are not able to access their homes. When it rains also, and the rain subsides, they are grappling with the mosquitoes around here, and he speaks about the kind of danger that brings to them. And he's not happy about the kind of diversion that has been made and is distracting some of their buildings. And he wants the work expedited. And he's not happy about the nature of the project in terms of the project being stalling for a very long time. He says that the government should have prioritized the financing of this project before the start of this project so that the project wouldn't have stalled. So he has been appealing also to the government to ensure that this project is completed to bring some kind of relief to residents who live around here. We'll still speak to other residents in this area to tell us about the kind of challenges they are going through. Marco the Citi TV.
Thank you very much.
Your project start here na
oh, it started in Niaje. Nti you say ade bia so ebe bia no espo ne je ho. Na fi che mu started dwumedi no. Afi de ye hu ne e ko ne eba. We hwe about 6 months 7 months. Adwuna tia da ko fi na anu onabo bahase. Na obehu se bia ade ne enkoso. So mo ye nsuo eto. Na se utumi nya hwe mane ye. Amanfo bebre tetia. Aye tu wo mo ama stranded. Yeah. So mo start so mo ye adwuma. So mo se wo mo asuma ya afi de adwuma akwese. Fonent me so mo yo so mo ye din mo ye din. Be first so mo ye start no me go we say no. Mo nsan ba biem. Nti enim ne ekọ na ahwe kira na obi fi aye tim fie na tim no so nsuo no eto a nsuo no eda so ta kira ase bibia betimi asi ntuntum kwalanso bebre fefefa ha nti me mebre che uhwem kwa mututu numegum toilet ne ade nyina nti se na musi kan ya den komo ye ne ntema ka be ma ha na aye kama ma adwuma na ma nipa so mo musutia so mo ne etimi age san so efete aban no aban so mo ntwen se bi ebeto aba no me de ebe ye de ne dia adu ba bi no so so hafon so mo so ntiase nti esre ona bo se esre se omomodin ansa adu metime ya ade no na ha no atuma aye kama na afefefe kunu so mu ye fe so a emaye wan so mani etumeje na bibia aye kama nti esre na on ma contact for no munye ko hwe mu esi ayi mbubo ayi bebre ase nti enim da won be from be for asan de aba nti se bi wo bibia mo mfa amra na o meye na ade nye de ntumi mfiro na nipa ntumi ntwemwe obi ko akoto ko nwanya firi baabi de bansa ogbono onim se hakora ayi bibi iso san fa atwan ko nwan baabi foro esan so ne ha adwen
mo am waka so mantem hanin se na mo si ekomufi
obo pakisi kwa ho osika kwa ho anso ayede anso wayere waba so kwa ho onfa kan ntumi mfama so ontumi mfama eso disi kwa no ayere obanifie bonso no de bibi ba se BBC so BBC ne so oba ontumi nyere ontumi mfamba na sa o de dropping kura be kura na dropping so si ba bifuro na so san sa no ma de ba ka o hwe fie wa se ya de no ma ba ese no ma sisi ba bi no san so no ma ba enti ka asem ne adu eden enti obi ka se BBC si apia ka ntimi nko ka ntimi ma na de ko na si awi so enti yesre na ohwe no onya ade no na bibia na ntonton so hwe nkofo ohwe fie mitimi ha na meti hwe na esite de condition fi dada bibia betimi asi enti yesre ma ani di.
Okay, so this other resident is sharing the same sentiment that the kind of problems or challenges this construction is bringing to them. Though they were happy when this work started, but when it started and the construction stalled, that that was where their problems began, and they are not quite happy about the delays in the completion of this project, and they want the government to finance the project, give money to the contractor to be able to complete this project because of the challenges the residents here are going through. We have one of the workers here who are constructing this site. He would tell us briefly about this project, and maybe he can give us some timelines when it's expected to be completed. You are welcome to Citi TV.
Thank you very much.
Tell us about this project.
As you can see, this project is under construction and control. I just came into this work about 2 weeks. We started this place, and as you can see, the work is moving faster at all costs. But the materials required needed, as you can see, the ramps are not yet in. Now we are done with this place. The capital will be coming, so that we will be removing this side, so that we will fill this gap with the sand, so that the people can pass over this place, so that we move to the other sector. As you can see, the ramps are few here, 1, 2, 3, and we are planning to do this one too, because the former contractor who came wasn't having that ability to help the work to move faster. So since we came in, now the work, as you can see for yourself, everything is going on well. Now we are planning to finish the other side so that we will fill that gap. Now when the capital comes, we are going to remove that wood, the boards from that side, so that we can move on faster. So if the materials and the equipment we need is in, we can finish at some point of time early as possible for the people to feel comfortable.
So what is the challenge now?
Now the challenges are, as you all can see, the materials are not enough for us to use it. As the ramps.
Yeah, frames.
Hafiz, so if the materials are the materials are not in, what exactly are they doing there? And I want to believe that this is a new contractor coming in, because he mentioned that a former contractor was not able to move things faster. What is the name of this new company? And really, so they are just removing the boards and fill the area with sand. Is that what they are supposed to be doing, or they are supposed to finish the project? And if we have all the materials, when are they supposed to finish the project?
Okay, so if the materials are not in, what are you doing? And you mentioned about the old contractor not doing some things right, and you are trying to correct it. What are you doing now?
Now we are here to remove the boards, because this concrete was being casted last week Saturday. So we are here to remove the board so that
you did this?
Yeah, we did this. Okay. So that the excavator can fill this gap for the people to feel free, for the buildings over here can have its own way, like freedom, so that the people can pass over the part that we've completed, so that we continue from the other side where the small road is, where they are find difficult to close that border over there, so that we can finish that place before we come to the other side.
But you're complaining about the non-availability of materials. Will that still further delay the project?
Yeah, that is what is delaying now, because when the materials and the things are in now, we are legal to work, because we are planning when we remove these boards, since the former contractor placed that ramps over there, we have to go there and finish that one too. That is our plan today. So
when do you expect to finish this?
Oh, when the tools and equipment are in for now, I can assure you by 2 weeks, getting to 3 weeks, middle of this month, we will finish this project.
But if you are not in,
we are workers and we work with tools and equipment. And there's nothing if they are not in.
Yes, Dave. Yeah. Yes, Dave.
When is he expecting the next batch of materials to arrive?
Okay, when do you expect that we have the materials arriving?
Because today, if they are in, we are still.
No. Have you communicated to?
Yeah, the foreman has communicated to them, and they are saying they are going to bring them. So we are waiting.
Right.
When was this?
Oh, yesterday we called them.
Yes, frames.
So
yes, frames.
So
yes, frames.
Find out from him, with what is going on. It does not look like it was the fault of the old contractor who wasn't doing something right, because now we are going to be channeling the same energy to them. If they are also not getting the materials to work, we are going to say that the contractor is not on site, we are not seeing the contractor. So would he defend the old contractor?
Okay, so will you say that the contractor who was here before you took over also faced similar challenge like?
Oh, for that I can't tell, because I wasn't here with him. But what I came to meet was this part, and we completed this part. And what I'm seeing now is that insufficiency of equipment and tools that we can know the materials needed, required.
But when you did this, how regular was the supply?
Oh, the tools, the materials were there. We came to meet the materials. I came to meet the materials. So it was moving.
So the former
was pleasant.
No, the former contractor handed over these materials to you. You used to do this.
Yeah, we came to meet it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So since you took over after this, you've not received new consignment.
No, we've not received anything because the major thing that we need now are the ramps. Because the excavator is legal to do his work now. Because when we remove this board, he's going to fill this gap. And now what we need is the ramps. Because when the excavator dig the hole right now, opens up over there, what are you going to place inside? It's the ramp that we need now. So,
when you come here to work, what reactions or what complaints do you get from the residents?
Because they find it difficult, especially when they are past the kids. It's a little bit dangerous. It's dangerous for the kids. And because, as you can see, the road is not enough, and people parking their cars over there. As you can see here, it's a whole big place that people can come in with their cars, but they find it difficult since this project has not been completed. So I guess if the ramps and everything are in, everything will be fine.
So, for instance, it has to do with funding. That's what he's admitting, that they are not receiving the supplies as expected. We are having another resident here who is so furious about the whole issue and wants to
Hafiz,
also contribute to this discussion.
You talk to him,
yes.
When did the MP visit the area? Was it like 2 weeks ago?
That was 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yes, 2 weeks ago.
Okay, so it looks like after the MP visited, the work started. Just to probably calm people down. And then 2 weeks after, we are still back to square one.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. But when the MP came here, the contractor was not on site.
Yeah.
Even this was not done. It was just the ramps that were put, and they had not even cast this place.
Okay.
So you could see very gaping holes around the ramps that were put there.
Okay.
And that was the complaint we received from residents, that sometimes their kids play around, their balls will fall into the hole and they have to go into the drain and all that. So it was a major challenge for them. So let's speak to this resident. You're welcome to Citi TV.
Thank you.
You live around here. Tell me the kind of challenge you face trying to access this place to your house, and even when the construction started, what challenge you have faced?
Actually, that's my house behind me there. So I was about to develop the other side when the minister came that they have secured funding.
The MP?
The MP. By then he was the minister for works and the deputy minister. They've secured funding. So I should stop my project. I have already put in this culvert and cover that my side, but they say my own was too small, so I shall allow them to bring in the bigger ones. So I allowed them. Since 2020 I have to stop my project, so they started working on it. But now we are not seeing much improvement, and there's a lot of delay, because since 2020 till now, it's almost 2 years. I've been mounting pressure on both the MP. As for the contractor, she's not regular seen here. Only the engineer at times visit the site. At times some of the workers too will be around for days and weeks. Nobody to come around to at least give them some materials to work. Like this culvert now, they modeled almost 100 and something. Unfortunately, when they were putting them in the drain, a good number of them got broken. Over 50% got broken. This is so far what we have been able to achieve. Even this one, the latest foreman who came in about 3 weeks ago is the one that has been able to speed up and finish this one. So actually I'm grateful for this new foreman. But for those that have been here since, the work has been dilly-dally. For almost 2 years, I have not been happy at all. I've been chatting with the MP all the time to try and use his good offices, to bring the contractor to site, so that, as the other man really said,
children play around, and there could be a serious injury, from some of these children because of the residents around here. So I think so far so good. The way this new foreman is moving, I appreciate it. And if he continues like that, and I don't think the issue is funding. The issue is this culvert. Where to get the culvert is the problem. They molded 100 here, but unfortunately they were all bad. See those ones there, and they can't use. Some are also on my plot today. They couldn't use them. The 12 they brought from my plot to this, but only 8 were able to install on the ground. The other 4 got demolished. You see, and I asked them, where are we going to get culvert now to continue with this project? They say they want to mold it in their factory. But I'm also hearing rumor that they will come back and mold it here. And it takes time for you to mold. And this one now will be causing that delay. So the problem now is the culvert, where to get the culvert to, since they have already cast the blinding. And then when they from here now, they will open my own side too. The first project start the back of my house.
The main drain.
The main drain. But this is the source. So KRP started from back of my house. That is the first phase. After the first phase, they now brought in this woman to come and take over. So and when this woman also came in, instead of her to come and start from the source, she started from the back of EP Church and ended at Romanka Lake there. I have to go there and also discover the contractor that among the whole stretch, I'm the only person now that this stuff affects so much because it passes through my land.
But are you also concerned about the absence of warning signs? Because we can't see one here. For first timers, people who are not used to this area, if there are no signs, anything can happen. Are you concerned about that? Have you spoken to the contractor?
Yeah, as I said before, the contractor actually does not come to site regularly. And the engineer also seldom comes here. Like what happened last 2 weeks. There was a program at Stadium. And I don't know what happened. KTI boys and other people had a problem. Policemen were pursuing them. They followed the Apostolic Church. Unknown to them that there's a gutter at this place. They jump. After jumping from that back now, the guy had a serious fracture. But for the residents here, since it's a plain place, it's not a hidden place. So parents do guide their wards or their children so that they take care. Yes, but so far it has not caused any serious thing to the children around this area.
And we have schools around.
We have Obriyabua school at the back of this place, and we also have another one on top there. But the school children do not come around to play here, apart from the resident children, and their parents have been guiding them, so they don't actually. It doesn't pose a threat to them, as a matter of fact. It doesn't pose a threat. And since a place has been carved out for them to follow, the only thing is that the place they are following now is very narrow. So if they can expedite action and cover this one very well now, then it will create more space for people to be passing without, like the old women and old men. If you see them passing, they have to be crawling. They have to be crawling for fear of being a fall. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. So that's a resident also just elaborating the kind of concerns he and other neighbors have about this particular project. It's just one sentence. The government should come in and complete this project.
Yeah. Hafiz, thank you very much. We really appreciate your time. And this has sort of given us a bird's eye view of exactly what's happening in that area there. Thank you very much. All right. So that was our colleague Hafiz Tijani bringing us an update as to what is happening in the new Amakom area over there. Frema, I don't know what your thoughts are as we looked at this.
Well, it's pretty straightforward, and I think that one important thing that we have to now be paying attention to, that sometimes, the situation is not as dire as starting the construction and pausing halfway. Then it throws everybody off. We can't use the roads. We are in danger. We have open drains. Children are no longer safe. In fact, even adults, and how flooding is in this country these days, when you have open spaces like these, then it poses danger to everybody. And especially when you have to park your vehicle.
I can't imagine what I would do.
I mean, distance away from your house,
be,
you know, and sometimes this is the challenge we have.
Yeah.
So we are not, I mean, readily going to finish the project. Then we dig in front of people's homes, you know, and so it becomes even dangerous trying to enter your own house. And if this goes on for months, for years, then really what's the point?
And this security
is an issue in this country. We should not lose sight of that. So you also park your car somewhere, you go home, you don't even have the...
And nobody's minding your car.
Do you get, that's what I'm saying. So you don't have a sound sleep because you are thinking how safe your vehicle will be. You know, the area is also not too safe for you. Your children are at risk. When it rains, you are... It's too cumbersome. It's too worrying, you know, especially when you have the MP come there, then all of a sudden work will start. After 2 weeks, we are back to square one. So these guys are there kind of bringing hope to the people that work is resuming, and then we start, and this is the problem. So my issue is, fine, now with what has been going on, it's very important that they are now going to cover, you know, the culverts, and people can't really use that side. But the danger now is, once an area has been done and the rest left, now when it rains, don't forget that the other side, which is not done but very open, you know what is going to happen? Now that is going to contain all the water, which will overflow, and then the community is flooded. This is what we are facing.
Yes, and even as part of what you're talking about, the engineering aspect of it is, if you have a half-built drain, it means that by the time the drain is done, there'll be a lot of silt sitting in the drain. Every time it rains, it's going to go through and sit in the drain. Are they going to even bother to clear out the silt before they close up the drain entirely? I mean, the quicker you finish this, the better it is for everybody.
Exactly.
You know.
But now the MP has spoken. He says there are no funds. So maybe for whoever that first contractor wasn't entirely his issue. You know, I mean, if there's no money, there's no money. That's what the worker for this second contractor is saying, that there's not much we can do. We are just waiting for the materials to come. We are available. So it's not as if a contractor has abandoned the project. So we need to put that in perspective. You know, there is no money to continue. So after removing the boards today and covering that side, we don't know when next.
Yeah, they're waiting for culverts to come, and there are no culverts. You know, meanwhile, 2 years ago, a promise was made that we are coming to build and we are ready to build. And the man they spoke to, the last man Hafiz spoke to, said he had actually put his own culverts in place in his drainage. And they said, your covers are too small, we are bringing bigger ones, so allow us to build the culverts inside. And he said, okay, you know, go ahead and do it. 2 years later, yeah, we're still waiting.
Anyway.
You know, very unfortunate. Well, we're going to take a quick break and be right back with some more stories for you.